Elizabeth, Colorado, and I'm outside the home that G.J. Gardner is building for the Parade of Homes. I'm here today to meet with Francisco Reyna of Lightly Treading, so come join me inside and let's meet him. I'm here with Francisco Reyna from Lightly Treading. Hi, Francisco, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
You too.
So tell me a little bit about Lightly Treading.
Lightly Treading is an energy and design consulting firm. So we do performance modeling and testing on homes to cover its performance in terms of energy, comfort, and indoor air quality.
Okay, so is that what you're doing here at Wild Point?
It's one of the components that we're doing today. What this is, what we call a frame stage duct blast. And so what we're doing is they install the duct system. And so in order to know if it's going to be performing properly, basically getting the air where it needs to go throughout the house and having the right amount of ventilation and comfort, essentially, testing the system to see how tight it is. The reason you want to have the duct system tight is so if it's designed to shoot air over there, that's where you want it to go instead of all the little nooks and crannies that may escape to. And so when that happens, you may not be getting the level of comfort that you're trying to achieve in a certain bedroom or bathroom, master. So forth.
Great. So do you attach this little contraption here to all the vents and test it out? Is that how it works?
What I did is I connected this to the one of the trunk lines. This is like the easiest access that I had. And so I go around and I seal all the ducts, and so, or all the registers, all the boots. And then I set this fan to a certain pressure, and then the air velocity moving through there gives me the indication of how tight or leaky it is.
Great. So how long are you here for a certain period of time, or is this just the day that you're here?
This is the one day I'm here. Today I did a frame walk to see if there's any issues with, say for example, the pressure boundary lining up with the thermal boundary. In other words, you don't want air moving through insulation because you lose performance in the insulation, makes the house colder or hotter in the summertime, and then kind of creates domino effect with other issues. So
do you come back when it's insulated, when the house is insulated, and test it again?
Yes. Basically it starts in various steps. We do a projected rating where it's essentially the modeling of the home. So we're projecting how this house is going to perform long before it even breaks ground.
Right.
And so once the design has been agreed upon, construction starts. And there's also various possible energy efficient programs that the builder wishes to achieve. In this case, it's Energy Star version 2.5.
So is there certain ratings, like do you give them the rating once you've inspected it, and then they would get their Energy Star 5 or whatever number it is?
Right, so from the projected rating it goes on to construction, and then this is pretty much the first step where I'm doing the frame walk and the duct blast testing to, it's kind of a quality control step. After this, the insulation gets installed. I come back and do the insulation inspection to ensure that it's been properly installed and all areas have been covered where it needs to be. And then at final, that's when we do the final test to confirm how the house was intended to perform when it was projected. So that's when we do all the final testing.
Does Lightly Treading do the rating? Are you the guys that give the certification?
Yes.
Oh, great. So they just have to get you here to inspect, and then you certify the house, whether it's sustainable or energy efficient, and you give them the rating and certification.
Right. As long as it meets all the thresholds, it gets the certification. Okay.
So what are the thresholds again? Just so quickly, is there a certain point that they need to meet?
To simplify it, there needs to be a certain performance threshold called the HERS index score.
Okay.
And so that's a measure of how well the house is performing in terms of energy consumption.
Okay.
So the lower the HERS score, the better the home performs. That's one of the requirements, and there's various checklists that the builder needs to comply with. One for the thermal enclosure, like the insulation walls, ceiling, ground, or slab. And then there's also an HVAC checklist. And then there's either water managed checklist or indoor air quality checklist.
So how's it looking so far? I know it's just the initial one, so is it looking good?
So far, so good.
Great. Well, that's good because they want to be an energy efficient and a sustainable home. So I think, they're on their way.
Yeah, I think we're all on our way.
Great. Thanks, Francisco.
Absolutely.
Okay.